Hi everyone, it's Michael Newton here with Gravity Realty Group. Canada Day is tomorrow, and tonight, before the fireworks and the barbecues and the laughter, I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that for me sits at the heart of what this weekend is really all about: home. Not just houses, not market stats or interest rates, not granite countertops or finished basements, but home in the truest sense of the word. The place where you feel safe, where your kids grow up, where your family gathers around the table, no matter how messy life gets. That idea of home is why I do what I do. It's why I care so much about real estate, because it's never just a transaction, it's personal. Tonight, on the eve of Canada Day, I'm reflecting on how lucky we are to even have the space to ask these questions. Where do we want to live? What do we want our next chapter to look like? What does home mean for us now? Not everyone in the world gets to choose. But Canada has this quiet promise. If you're willing to work for it, there's a space for you here. A space to try, to fail, to try again, to plant roots, and eventually to feel like you truly belong. And that's not something I take for granted, because home is more than walls and a roof. It's a promise to your family, a foundation for your kids to stand on, a refuge when life gets hard. And for so many people, it's the first real chance to say, we are safe here. We can build something here. We are home. I've been in enough living rooms over the years to know how different home looks for everyone in Calgary. For some families, it's the first place they ever owned. They remember the day they got the keys, standing in the empty hallway, crying, feeling like they'd finally made it. For others, it's a starter condo they'd squeeze into so they could stay in the city they love. Two kids in one bedroom, but close to grandparents and parks and the jobs that pay the bills. For newcomers, it's the first home in Canada. Maybe rented at first, then they bought, the milestones that say we're staying, we belong. I think of the clients I've helped move closer to aging parents because they wanted to be there at Christmas or help with the grandkids, or the couple who had to downsize after life threw them a curveball, but who did it with so much courage and hope, because it's never easy. And the single mom like mine who worked three jobs to buy a tiny townhouse so that their kids could have their own rooms. Those aren't transactions. They're stories, they're dreams, they're sacrifices that no listing sheet can ever capture. That's what home is about. It's about the life you fill it with. Tomorrow, when we're watching the fireworks, when they're lighting up the Calgary sky, remember that. Because sparks in the sky, they're for everyone. For the kids screaming on their dad's shoulders at Princess Island Park. For the families at Heritage Park eating ice cream while the band plays Oh Canada. For the new Canadians seeing their first Canada Day. The fireworks, people looking at them with their tears in their eyes and looking at a city where they can grow and still have hope. Some are born here, some who moved across the country, some who crossed oceans and borders, but all of us looking for the same thing: a place to call home. Home is the hockey net on the driveway that's seen 1,000 shots. The kitchen island that's hosted birthday cakes and homework and late night heart to hearts. The backyard where your dog finally has room to run. Or the front step where you can drink your coffee before the world wakes up. That's what we're buying. That's what we're selling. That's what we're building. I want to say something to anyone watching who is thinking about moving. Maybe you're upsizing for your growing family, or you're downsizing for the next season of life. Maybe you're brand new to Calgary looking for a place to put down roots, or you've been here for forever and you want to change that feels right. I know it's not an easy decision. It shouldn't be. Because it's not just about the market. It's not just about the numbers. It's about you, your family, your story. That's why I don't see myself as someone who just sells houses. I see myself as someone who helps families move forward. Someone who helps families with clarity and with care and with respect for what home really means. You deserve someone who doesn't just see a commission, but sees you. Take a moment, look around. Think about how lucky we are to live here in a city that still holds doors for strangers, that pulls together when the time gets tough. That's what welcome to new neighbors, like old friends, sounds like. Think about what home means to you because that's the starting point for any move. So if you're even just dreaming about a move this year or next, reach out. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a real conversation about what you want home to look like next. Because at Gravity Realty Group, we don't just help you buy or sell, we help you move forward. So from my family to yours, happy Canada Day. Enjoy the fireworks, hug your people tight, be grateful for this beautiful, imperfect, welcoming country we get to call home. Have a safe and happy Canada Day.